Hey guys, want to show you something really cool this morning. Something really simple, straightforward, and something that might add spice to your kind of electronic music. It's a way to create some simple hats in Massive. Here you go. You change the pitch. It's quite cool, pretty funky. There we go. So here's how we create it. I'm going to open Massive. We don't need oscillator 1, we can turn him off. So at the moment it sounds like this. Turn oscillator 1 off by clicking there, and we are left with nothing. We can go down to the noise oscillator, which is what we're going to be using as our sound generator. We can turn up the amplifier so that we can hear the noise like this. Now the color wheel lets you set the tone of the noise, so we can change if we want. But for this purpose, I want all of the high end to mimic the sound of a hat, the way the hat would sound. So I'm going to leave the color wheel turned up. Now next, I'm going to go over to the Performer, which is what we're going to be using to modulate the amplifier in our noise module. I'm going to grab this, which is a little crosshair, which lets me link the Performer to the amplifier on the noise. So I go down here to the amplifier, pop it in here, turn the amplifier down, and then I'm going to click on and hold on here to turn up the amplifier using the Performer, which works like this. So now we can see that the amplifier on the noise module is being modulated by the Performer. So we can set this to a rate. I've got a tempo in my track, obviously, and so I can say I want it 1/8, and I can play it like this. Now we just have to program an interesting pattern, and we're nearly there. So I'm just going to click load curves, and I can start popping stuff in. So I go through a third there, and I might, what shall I do? Maybe turn these ones down to create a kind of steppy feel. Then go for a double on there. Yeah. And then I might, for this one, I'll turn it down a bit. Have a fourth one there as a small one, and that might sound alright. Let's have a go. I'm happy with that. And also, if you want to get more experimental, you can use the crossfader to crossfade between the sequences. So I can set up a different one here. I could go like that. And say do those three, and do that, and I can limit it to just these guys and show you what this sounds like that. So it's pretty funky, but I'm going to stick with my original pattern and turn it up so that I'm using the whole width of the sound. Now it's up to you, but you can add some effects as well. The inserts will help you shape the sound a little, so I can add a little bit of, the P shaper, the parabolic shaper. Oh, that's interesting. I have no idea what that means though, but it might sound quite cool. Maybe about there to get a bit more bite before and after, so it gives it a bit more fullness. And then something I do a lot is use the dimension expander just to make it sound a bit wider, because at the moment it sounds quite thin, and so I can go there and add a bit of that too. Maybe a bit of chorus as well. I think that might be quite nice. So I think the last thing I'm going to do is use a filter, a high pass filter, to make them sound a bit thinner. So I can just say send that to filter 1, and turn my resonance down because that makes it quite harsh. You can LFO that if you want, just boom. Leave that in, that's cool. And once you've got that, make sure you save it. Don't forget to save. And there we go. There's our swing hats. As you can see on my original example, I've added some EQ The envelope is to kind of tighten up the sound a bit. So if you want to tighten it up, you could also add an enveloper and say, look, okay, on it. To make it sound a bit tighter. But there you go. So that's my quick tip for this morning. Have a great day.